Hey John, we're going to make a video of this whole thing we're doing. So we have our handy Pickin stick book, donated by John Ressler. And this is, we call him NTC. His actual name is Josh Gray. NTC stands for not the color. He always has to make that distinction. So we've just nicknamed him NTC. That's Dallas over there in the white shirt. Wave, Dallas, say hey.
Hey.
Dallas is actually the guy that's going to be shooting this for us in still and videography. So he'll put this video together and send it to you. I'm looking forward to you getting this. This is Tyler Kraft, not the cheese, not the color, not the cheese. Tyler Kraft from Texas. And way back here in the back is our little Amish friend. Okay, he's not really Amish, but he is from Pennsylvania, Lancaster, Pennsylvania. Go ahead and introduce yourself. I introduce everybody else. Introduce yourself, sir.
I'm Casey.
Nice to
Nice
meet you. Anyway, you can tell we have a lot of fun. We're going to take this book, we're going to follow your diagrams, your pictures, your discussions, and hopefully we're going to build some Pickin sticks. So, you can see we are starting off. I already came up here and cut some blanks for the guys. One of them's missing. Ah, there it is. We have 4 Pickin stick blanks. This is, these are some sassafras blanks that I cut out of an old twisted post that we had that was of no good to anybody. Out of the whole post, this is all we got was 4 blanks. They were in pretty rough shape. So this is going to be the base for our Pickin stick. First thing we're going to do is build a story stick. I went ahead and I photocopied the dimensions for all the pieces here, and we've got the layout in the book. And we're going to take this piece of MDF, and we're going to make a story stick that we can hang on the wall back there, and that way the guys can come and pick this off the wall and do their templates for making Pickin sticks going forward. We were going to use Sitka spruce because I had some old leftover guitar tops. They actually weren't leftover, they just weren't used yet. And we started listening to the tone of them. I was showing guys how they kind of resonate. This is a couple of hunks out of an old pine board that was, we bought it at Lowe's. I mean, it's a nothing board. And we actually cut it down to 1/8 of an inch. It might even be a couple thousandths less than 1/8. But it actually, when you listen to it, it resonates much like the spruce because it's a soft, basically quarter sawn wood. So we're going to try to build our Pickin sticks out of pine to cut down on costs. I guess that's it for right now. We'll talk to you in a little while. Hopefully you can hear me talking over the air compressor running back there. We got the story stick done. We've got our tuner box. We had to modify this a little bit because the tuners we're using are these cheap little 3-on-a-plate guitar tuners, and the dimensions on the tuner, the cranks, the spindles are a little different. So we modified this dimension a little bit. Here's our nut cutout, our little slot, our neck. Here's our body. We even did a sound hole location, and then we labeled it Pickin stick layout. So we got our story stick. We can hang it on the wall back there a little bit later. And now we're going to get busy making this layout onto the Pickin stick blanks. Talk to you soon.
John, we didn't have any 1 16" thick pieces of wood, so we decided to make our own for our tail blocks. We have a scrap piece of maple and a thin piece of walnut that was used as a guitar back. We have them sandwiched in between each other right now. Glue's drying, and when it's all dry, we're going to cut it into 4 pieces for each of our tail blocks.
Morning. It's day 2 of we call this a class, pick and stick class? Day 2 of pick and stick building. Want to bring you up to speed on what we got done yesterday. We actually only worked a few hours, and we thought it'd be best to make some jigs and fixtures so that it would make the next pick and stick experience easier. So we made this little guy. This is a little cover that's got the cutout for the tuning gears. Just lay that over the top of the pick and stick, like such. Got a little cap on it. Ta-da! And then we can mark out our little cutout so we don't have to actually pencil in all that. That'll help speed it up a little bit. Our story stick is giving us our lines where we go. Here's our in-block laminate that we looked at yesterday. So it's got our walnut strip in the center and then our maple on the inside, on the 2 outside edges. We're going to be cutting some in-blocks today. Our hope is, what time is it right now?
9:50.
9:50. It's 10 o'clock. Our hope is by tonight we're going to be playing pick and stick. So we're going to try to finish this thing today. We'll kind of keep you abreast of our progress as we go along. So here we go.
Alright, hey John, we have gotten our sticks and we straightened them up on a shoe pull. And we have hollowed out the peg heads and got them all in order, and we are going to start making our fretboard next.
Yeah. And we got a surprise visitor. This is Zach. Zach York is actually done with his campus experience. He is moving into his new house, and the reason he's standing in is because he actually came up to Mark's school and took Chris White's class on sculpting. So, sculpting, carving, what's it called?
Yeah.
What's it called? Something.
Yeah.
Anyway, Chris White's class on wood carving, and he stopped in to say hey, so we thought we'd put him in here and we gave him something to help because he felt kind of weird having all the hands. So
It was Beauty in the Wind.
Beauty in the Wind. There you go. So on to what are we doing next?
Fretboard.
What? Fretboard. That's what we're doing next. Fretboard.
Yes.
We're gonna build a fretboard.
We're going to build it, lay it out.
We're gonna lay one out.
We're going to lay one out.
We'll lay out the fretboard next. We went ahead and drew our fret layout onto the story stick. And then we took all 4 of our blanks. You can see those here. They're clamped up to the story stick. And we're transferring those fret markings over onto the actual pick and sticks itself, taking a square and making good straight lines. When we get down there, we made this little jig that we can slide over the pick and stick, same height, same width in this channel. And it's going to act like basically a one-sided miter box where the guys can hold the Japanese pull saw up against here and make good straight fret cuts with that Japanese saw. Alright John, it is, I don't know, it's about 3 o'clock, something like that, and we've made good progress. We have tops and backs cut out. We've got our tail block stock cut. We still have to cut the radius and the notches and all that. The headstock's cut out. We've got a nut slot right here. We've actually slotted this for the body and split it, prepared, so our frets are marked out and ready to be cut when we get there. We're making good progress, man. We just wanted to stop and say hey, and thanks again for teaching us through your book how to do this. We really do appreciate it. So, talk to you in a minute. right, well this is an exciting moment. We're actually dry fitting the body together right now. So we've got our heel blocks cut out and chiseled in. They're sculpted according to your book's plan. You can see the notches. Got our spring clamps in place. This big stuff, so we're fixing to glue up the bodies and see if we can get these things to start looking like picking sticks. We also have, if I can do this without knocking the clamps off, we've also gone ahead and cut in everything that we need for the tuning pegs on the outside. So we've got all this notched out and beveled and rounded off. We've got our nut slot cut. We're actually getting pretty close on this thing. So just wanted to show you where we're at right now. It's a pretty good looking dry fit, and we still got some day left to work. So talk to you soon. Hey John, it's 9 o'clock at night, and we've been making jigs as we go along and learning a lot of things not to do. I guess we should have read the book more fully because we've got a couple things out of order, but that's okay. We got them fixed. NTC back there in the back is still putting frets in his, so if you hear some hammering start up in a minute, just ignore that. The rest of the guys you can see, we've got center lines and bodies. We've got our peg head bodies created. We've got the taper on the headstock back here. Our nut slots cut. The frets are in. We're filing down the edges right now, doing some fret dressing work. We're getting down to the place where really we just have to install our tuning gears up here at the top and make our nut and our saddle, set our end pins back here to catch the strings, and I think we're going to be getting wrapped up here pretty soon. So just wanted to check in with you and say hey. Yeah, looky there, John. Drumsticks, man. Ta-da! I've actually got Dallas's. Where's yours, NT? Haven't put a finish on them yet. Actually, Dallas did a little wipe-on poly on his and kind of made it pop a little bit. That sassafras looks good in the back. I don't know if you can see that figure and stuff, but got everything done, man. Taught the guys how to use a gauge to do their setups, and they're still kind of working on their setups. I got a lot of sanding and finish to do, but we're done for today, and we have playable instruments. We'll take one final beauty shot when they're all done. We'll get them laid out in the light box and take a picture, and we'll close this video with that. But for now, I thought maybe I'd play you a quick song just so you could hear that they actually function. There it is, drumsticks, baby. Amazing Grace on this drumstick. Thank you for teaching us. We appreciate the book.